This is Love Notes, daily devotions from Holy Trinity Lutheran Church. Grace and peace to you. John Chrysostom continues today to teach us about the day-to-day wisdom of being a follower of Jesus. He starts today by saying there are many disciples of Christ who can justly claim that they are indifferent to material possessions. They happily live in simple huts, wear rough woolen clothes, eat frugally, and give away the bulk of their fortunes. These same people can justly claim that they are indifferent to worldly power. They happily work in the most humble capacities, performing menial tasks with no desire for higher rank. I have to admit, I'd kind of like to be transported back to the time of Chrysostom and see these people, because I don't think this describes many disciples of Christ today. We are not indifferent to our material possessions. Maybe his work here is rhetorical. Maybe he's using a little snarky language in order to catch us. There are not many of us who happily live in simple huts, wear rough woolen clothes, eat frugally, etc. In fact, we spend our lives striving for the better things. We do want worldly power whenever we can get it. We don't want to work in humble capacities. We always want to make sure that we get higher rank. What he says now, after the but, which always comes, is that even if this is true of us, and I kind of suspect he's saying it's not really, even if this is true for us, that we are the simplest and most humble of Christians, there's still one danger that can get us. There may still be one earthly attribute to which we cling: reputation. They may wish to be regarded by others as virtuous. In other words, all of this simple living that he's laid out here, which this whole book is dedicated to, can be a way to impress your neighbors. It can be a way to show others that you're better than you are and better than they are. These people who live this simply may want to be admired for their charity, their honesty, their integrity, their self-denial. And if that's the case, then, well, they are as enslaved to their possessions as anybody who has kept all of the cars in the garage. Because reputation is a possession. Your standing in the community is a possession. And these things, too, we have to give up. Chrysostom seems to say then that the way you can tell that this is true is that when someone falsely accuses them of wrongdoing, when someone says, "Oh, I don't think you're as good as you think you are," they fly into a rage and furious indignation. They protect their reputation with the same ferocity as the rich people protect their gold. See, we've come to the same result. We aren't loving our neighbors anymore. The wealthy are protecting their gold. The proud are protecting their reputation. And either way, well, if protecting what you have is what you're all about, then you haven't given anything up. Chrysostom acknowledges that giving up material possessions and worldly power is easy compared to giving up reputations. We can live without the stuff, but woe be it to the person who tries to take away our standing in the community. We can see this among elected leaders. We can see the way that revenge plays itself out in our art and our politics, in our civil government, in our corporate lives. Anybody who feels like their reputation has been attacked will be revealed as one who values it more than anything else. So then he says, to be falsely accused and yet to remain spiritually serene, to not get upset by it, is the ultimate test of faith. And that becomes the ultimate test of faith for all of it, doesn't it? If somebody takes our gold, we can be serene and humble in the face of the loss. If somebody attacks our reputation, we can be serene and humble in the face of that loss as well. This is what it means to follow Christ, who had everything taken from him on the cross and did so with charity and grace. Amen.